going to do a brief PL redelivery on Beanstack. This is a new program that Richmond County has invested in to help with our literacy initiative. So similar to y'all, I am learning this program, so I will do my best to answer all the questions that you have. Okay? We are going to use our computer for some portions of the training. So you're going to see what it's like for a student to log into Beanstack, and then you'll have the ability to log into Beanstack as well. All right, so there are 4 objectives for today's training. Understand the student experience, understand the admin experience, identify best practices for Murphy, and then begin it says begin to formulate a plan, but I'll provide some suggestions and then y'all can tell me what you think. All right, so prior to me introducing Beanstack at our faculty meeting, has anybody ever heard of Beanstack? Okay, so what Beanstack is, it's a mobile and web experience. So our students as well as staff are able to log into Beanstack using their mobile device. So there is an app, or you can use your computer. So on this sheet right here, this is tracking minutes in Beanstack. How you add the app is on the back. So you can share that with your students as well. Beanstack allows our students to have a custom reading challenge year-round. So basically, what Beanstack is instead of kids writing using a written reading log, they can actually put it online on this platform, and the minutes that they read go towards challenges or competitions that are currently in Beanstack. The main reason why we're using this is to try to build a culture of reading 365 days out the year at Murphy, and then we can also gain insight on our reading, because right now the data that we mostly use for literacy is iReady and our CMAs. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay. So this is not a quiz-based approach. Beanstack uses competition, recognition, and proven gamification principles to, 1, motivate students to read, and then to grow our school district's reading culture. Okay, we're going to actually see what the student experience is like. If y'all would, can you log into the demo? It's on the whiteboard, schooldemo.beanstack.org. Y'all can type that into your computer. And then the username and password is also on the board. So again, this is not a quiz-based approach. The kids are going to log their minutes. When they log their minutes, it'll go towards different challenges that are currently available, and they earn badges for it. There are some activities where they can actually earn physical rewards as well.
Would it be the first one?
Huh?
Following the demo. So when we log in, do we click on the first link or the second link?
I don't think there should be a link. Hold on, let me go back to it.
So schooldemo.beanstack.
So when you click on school, or when you type in schooldemo.beanstack.org, it should look like this. Reading challenge with Beanstack. And then you're going to scroll down and click on sign in. If yours didn't come up, then just follow along, and then when we look at your account, I'll show you how. Oh, the demo one. Okay, so just follow along. Did anybody else have that problem logging into the demo website? All right, so let me sign into the demo account. All right, so when I log into the student demo account, this is what Beanstack will look like for our students. So this is an example of a dashboard for James Johnson. And this student has been using Beanstack for a while because, as you can see, it's showing how many minutes he contributed to the community goal, which is the school goal. And then he can also view his streaks as well. So scrolling down, you'll see the challenges that he's currently enrolled in. So one is Adventure Awaits Bingo and the Newberry Reading Challenge. So I'm just going to show you how kids log their minutes because that's what we want them to do when they're reading. So what they would do is they would click on at the top log reading and activity. So if you'll click on that for me, please, if you're able to access it. Okay, and then it says, what do you want to log? So as kids are reading, they can actually go on Beanstack and they can start a reading timer. So if you tell them, okay, we're doing, because we are going to start implementing drop everything and read starting on Monday, you can either do a timer for the whole class or you can have them to individually do it. So if they do start a reading timer, it'll allow them to time their reading, and then of course when they're done reading, they'll put I'm done reading. And then it'll take them to a calendar for them to start logging their minutes. So today is the 24th. What James would do is he would type in the title of what he read. He can do that or he can scan it. So if he clicks on this barcode, he would have to scan the ISBN, which is usually on the back of the book. So anybody can do this on their Chromebook or their mobile app. And let's say he read New Kid. Okay, it will automatically generate the author if the title is in the Beanstack. Then let's say he read for 15 minutes. He didn't finish the book. He has the option to include a review, but I would suggest doing that after he's finished reading the book. And then he would click on log reading. And that would allow him to log his time, and it would go towards the challenges that he's a part of.
They do Maya on Friday and they know when they check out books. Can they, because like in Maya it gives all the information there. Can they use that and type it in?
Yeah. So you mean like whatever they read in Mayan, can they just, yep. We just want them to start logging. So instead of using paper logs, if you're using that, we're doing an electronic platform. Our district has a Richmond Read where they want the district to read 3 million minutes district-wide. So we want to make sure that we're showing in the top on that challenge for the middle
So they
school.
can scan the books that they check out or?
Sometimes it doesn't scan, but if it does scan, then it'll automatically generate. If it doesn't scan, just type in the title. And most titles should be in there. If it's not, then they would have to just add the title and the author. So it wouldn't automatically generate. So as an ELA teacher, you're going to have access to all the classes that you teach. If you do not teach ELA, you're only going to have access to your homeroom students. Huh? So I'll say that again. If you're an ELA teacher, you have access to all your classes. Bless you. If you do not teach ELA, then you're only going to have access to seeing your homeroom students. Okay, does anybody have any questions about how the Beanstack looks on the students account? All right, so all we basically want to do, our job is just to encourage kids to read and track and log their minutes on Beanstack. So as kids are reading, they're going to earn badges. So if I'm showing you on this demo, I think he has some badges. So let me, oh, it won't allow me to click on that. All right, so it only allowed me to click on challenges. So I'll show you in a minute what it looks like from an active account. So if y'all will go to Launchpad for me and click on Beanstack. So So everyone should have access to Beanstack if they have kids that they teach. Hmm? How do I turn the camera off? Oh, on your computer? Just exit out. All right, so Beanstack has a white heart with blue around it. Is everybody able to access Beanstack and Launchpad? Good. All right, when you get to Beanstack, it'll probably say welcome in your name. If you've been in there before, it'll say welcome back. So mine says welcome back, Deandra. I'm going to show you how you can log your own minutes because in order to build a reading culture, the kids also need to see us reading as well. So when we, so yes, they do need to see us reading as well. So y'all can log your minutes too, and you can read anything, even if it's reading the math book or whatnot. You can count that towards minutes.
That's what I was gonna ask you about, like when they, like sometimes in the morning we have to do our reading in their language arts, they have to read the passage and so you can log that as well.
Yep, just time it, and then make sure it has the title and author. They can read anything, even if it was a magazine. We just want them to read, and then y'all read too, as well, or act like you're reading if you don't want to. All right, so I'm gonna show you how to log yours. So on the side, you should see two tabs. Click on the one that says View Reader's Experience. Okay, this will take you to your own personal reading log, and it looks similar to the student. So as you can see, all you would do is click on Log Reading, and before you click on that, this is your dashboard, and so on the side, did you see View? What does that say? Admin Experience, right? Oh, but yours should say View Reader's Experience. You got it? You got that? You see? All right. So this is your dashboard. Everybody should be enrolled in Richmond Reads. Is everybody enrolled in that? It automatically did it for y'all. Y'all got that on yours? Yes, no.
I just got select the reader, your reading.
When you clicked on,
Hey, click on it.
that's odd. The last class did. Oh, click on your name and see. Okay. So once you click on View Reader's Experience, click on your name, and then you'll see that you're enrolled on it. Y'all got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody got it? Click. Click on that.
Yeah, it did.
And then click on your name. Where?
Okay.
All right. So this is our current challenge, Richmond Reads. So if you click on it, you'll see what the challenge is about. So it's from October. It started in October, and then it ends in April. So our goal that's been set by the district is for us to read 3 million minutes district-wide. So if you scroll down, you'll see your overall progress, so the badges that you earned towards this goal, and then how many minutes completed. So I believe everybody has a goal of 3,000 minutes. Is that correct? Okay. And I haven't earned any badges, and I've only logged 15 minutes. Huh? All right, so I'm going to show you how you log your minutes. If you click at the top, Log Reading. Again, you can start your reading timer if you would like to, and then log minutes. So our most important thing is that we're using Beanstack to log our minutes. So it'll allow you to go backdate. So if you've been keeping a paper reading log, or you've had your kids to keep a paper reading log, then please encourage them to go back. Well, I wouldn't say encourage them. Can y'all please have them go back and fill this out?
When I click on the log,
Mm-hmm.
it's confirmed.
What does that say? I can't read that. Sorry.
Whether you want to log. And then when I do the drop down, it still has the class.
Okay, so you want the view reader. Click on log reader. Oh,
I'll just go to that.
We're talking about, okay, same book, right? Does it have to be able to come up in these titles?
no.
You gotta put the title in.
Yeah. What are y'all reading? They don't care what you read as long as you're reading. What are y'all reading?
We gotta find it. We just talked about the kind of book we wanted. Yeah.
Oh, you can read whatever you want. They're not looking at what books you're reading. We just want y'all to log minutes.
So I can put in here, Jeanette.
Yeah. You just type it in and you put, if it has an author, if it doesn't, leave it alone.
So like, when you read regular, like, if you read passages, like, from like e-reading or something.
Yeah, you can log that. The thing is just time it. But let's say the genetics article took me 5 minutes. I finished it. Then I logged it. I just typed it in. You said genetics. And then I log the reading. And it saves it and it goes towards my reading goal. So you see how I increased my minutes? It was 15, now I had 20.
But how do you find that? You search?
No, I just typed it in and
So it's like anything.
yeah, you can type in anything. Now it will automatically generate when it thinks that it's a certain thing that you were reading, a certain title. You don't have to go with that title. So you can type in anything. It doesn't have to automatically generate for it to be counted towards your minutes. Are you sure?
Like in my it does that automatically. Like, it'll show the dates, it'll show how long you stayed on the book.
Oh,
It'll
they
show
don't
the
sync.
benefits.
They don't
That's what I'm
sync.
saying.
So all they gotta do
Like,
is
why
write
not-
it down and transfer it over.
Yeah, just transfer it over.
No, I was just wondering, like, why not do something else that's already there instead of like that?
You the one that.
You know what I
County
mean?
about this.
Well, if I wasn't recording, then I would say so. But yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be double work.
that's what I was thinking.
But sorry.
Let me cut that mic off.
All right. Does anybody have any questions about how to log minutes as a staff member?
No.
Okay. All right, let me get out of here. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like with you being admin. Click on View Admin Experience for me. So you should be out of your account and you should see your dashboard or something similar to that. So on the dashboard, it's going to show your most active students. So far, our school has 1,799 minutes that have been tracked. And the person in the lead is Daniela Zuniga. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, as a teacher, let's say you did like a read aloud, you can track the minutes for everyone. You can just go in and do it for yourself. If a child is absent, then just uncheck their name. I don't think I have access to that, but I'll play around with it in a minute to show those teachers who are interested in that. But back to the report. So on your dashboard, you'll see how many students you have active. And if you're a homeroom teacher that does not teach ELA, you should only see about 30 students. You should only see your homeroom. Does everybody who's a non-ELA teacher just see their homeroom? All right. So as an ELA teacher, you should see all five. Is it five? How many classes do y'all teach? 4 or 5? 4. You should see 4 classes. So I'm going to show you how to pull up the reports. So if you click on reports, it has different reports. So you can look at individual student participation and top readers. So let's say you want to do like a little shout out to your students. You can click on this to get the top readers and the individual student participation. So there's just different reports that you can see to gain insight on your students' reading. And then the badges, you can see which kids have earned badges as well. Now, this student content is for challenges that have activities associated with it, which I'll show you in a minute. So let's say a child had to respond to a question that you had created. You'll be able to see it here. If a child did a book review, any type of activities. And then they also have the group reports and then the rewards and drawings. So we don't really use the ticket drawing, so I wouldn't worry about that report. But this is, let's say when you create a challenge, and you don't have to, but let's say that you want to create a challenge. If you did rewards associated with that challenge, then you would click here and you would see which kids you owe a reward to. All right, so I'm going to show you how to set up a challenge if you want to do challenges for your homeroom. So if you would, on the left-hand side, click on the mountain with the flag for challenges. So what makes Beanstack so intriguing to students is the challenges and the competition-like incentives that it has with it. So as a homeroom teacher, as well as an ELA teacher, you can set up different challenges. So how you would do that is there is a challenge template, so you don't have to create anything from scratch. And you can scroll through this and find different challenges. So I'll give you an example. So currently Halloween is coming up. So they have one for Halloween. So if you'll type in Hallow Read and press search, so HALLOW-READ. So you have the option to preview this template. If you want to do that, you can go ahead. But I'm going to click on use this template because I want to have a Halloween challenge for my class. So if you'll click on use this template, it's going to send you to where you set it up. So you type in the challenge name. Be sure to erase copy of. And then you can add Murphy here if you want to. That's not mandatory because the only people who will see your challenge would be the kids who are associated with you. Okay, and then it has a challenge description. If you want to add more to it, you can do that. The challenge preview description, the header image or the challenge position, and then the challenge enrollment. So it'll automatically enroll every reader that is associated with you, that's assigned to you. But let's say you want the kids to pre-register for the challenge. I wouldn't recommend this, but let's say you wanted to, you would unclick off on this one and you would put allow readers to pre-register for this challenge. And then it's going to ask you for like you to set up a password, and the kids need that password. But I wouldn't recommend that. I would just, let me go back to that. Okay, then you have the ability to change the grade level. So for y'all, it would be 7th grade. Okay, and then you put your start and end date, Is this challenge only for staff members? So this would be more for like administration, or let's say I wanted to create a challenge. I can put yes. And then you click on next. All right, now one thing about using a template, it already has badges that the kids can earn. So it says that they can earn badges. Right now it's set to anytime. I want to use badges that they can earn anytime within the dates of my challenge. If you want to change it to restricted, you can do that as well. Let's say you want to add activities to it. You'll have to change that to enable it. And then let's say you want your kids to write a review on the book as well. Then you'll have to enable that. I'm just starting out, so I just want my kids to earn badges. So if you scroll down, you'll see all the badges that they can earn. So if you complete the challenge, you get one of these. And then let's say you want to add a reward to it. So if they complete their book within the time, let's say I'm going to give them a bookmark. Then I can click on that and it'll add it to it. They earn badges for reading 30 minutes. So if you scroll down, you'll see all the badges that they can earn. Then I'm going to click on next. Okay, tickets. That's if you have a ticket system that you want to set up. So as they're reading, they can earn tickets towards their reading goals when they're earning badges. I would suggest not doing that because that's a lot more work. And then they have completion requirements. You can decide whether or not they need to earn all the badges in order to complete the challenge, or do they need to earn some of the badges. Once you're finished setting up your challenge, if you go to the top, you want to click on the down menu and click on published. And then you can click save and exit. And then it'll take you back to where it says manage challenges, and you will see it on your dashboard. Now, I can see everyone's because I have different admin rights, so I can see. And this one is the one I just set up. So it'll say publish. Let's say you want to edit your challenge if you've already published it. It's going to give you this warning and suggest that you set up or redo the challenge rather than editing it. But this is how you set up the challenge. Does anybody have any questions about how to do that? Yep. Okay. All right, the last thing that we want to talk about, or that I want to talk about, is how we're going to use this program to build our reading culture. So we have plans to do during extended learning time, drop everything and read. So during drop everything and read, that should be a time, about 15 minutes should be spent where the child is reading. And then the other 5 minutes can be spent where the child is logging their minutes into Beanstack. Because the most important thing is we know students are reading at our school, but we want to log it into Beanstack. Because the district is also looking at everybody's school to see who's using Beanstack as well. So a lot of times when we tell kids to read, they make a lot of excuses of why they can't read. So one of the main excuses you'll probably get is, I don't have anything to read. So on that flyer that I gave you that's laminated, we have a virtual or a digital library. So during drop everything and read, that should be a time where kids are not moving throughout the hallway. So that shouldn't be a time where you send the child to the library to get a book. Because what that's going to do is it's going to create a culture that I don't have to read during this time because I can make an excuse to get out the classroom. So everybody should have access to a computer. Every child should have access to a computer. So if they don't have access to, or if they don't have a physical book to read, they can go to our digital library. And I'm just going to briefly go over ways that they can read online. Now, if they came to orientation, I showed them this, but I want to let y'all know as well so that they won't try to pull a fast one on you. So the first is our district has invested in play cards where the kids have access to books that the public library offers. So in order to access that, you just click here. And if you scroll down, the child will click on this link, ARCPLS. What they're going to need is their student ID number, which that is an Infinite Campus, and you can give that to them if they don't have it memorized. And then they need to know the month they were born and the year. So when they click on that, they just go to My Account, and they'll be able to log in. So all of your students should have access to this. I would say unless their parent opted them out, because this gives them access to everything that the public library owns. But no one at Murphy opted out of this, so everybody should have access to the play card. Has anybody by any chance saw their kids on this website? Anybody in your class? Oh. They were able to get on and everything? Oh, not on time. Okay. All right, another way that they can read is McAfee, which that should be on Launchpad. We also have some ebooks on Destiny, and they would just follow those directions. And then Mayan, the app has changed. It's the cursive R now, so it no longer says Mayan on there. And then these are some other options for them to be reading online. So if y'all would, let me see this please. Can y'all hang this poster up or this flyer in your classroom? That way it takes them to this direct link to the digital library. That way they can have access to it. Does anybody have any questions about the digital library? All right, and the last thing that we're going to go over is some suggestions on how to begin implementing Drop Everything and Read before Monday. So my suggestions would be from now until, well, starting maybe tomorrow through Friday, is to introduce your children to Drop Everything and Read and show them Beanstack and how to use it. The directions, quick directions on how to track minutes are on this handout as well. And then have them to start picking out books. Again, they can use the digital library. If you want them to check out books from the library, then I would suggest sending them Thursday or Friday. What they're going to need is their Lexile level. We've been told, the media specialists have been told that if the children are not reading on their grade level, which that's the majority of our school, they're going to have to check out at least one book on their Lexile level. So in order, how y'all can help me is to make sure your children know the Lexile level when they come down. So I don't know if y'all want to write it on an index card and tell them to keep up with that. That way when they come to the library, and they can even do this in their classroom, they will use Destiny to find books on their Lexile level, in their Lexile level range, and then I will help them to find it in the library based on the call number. So I need the call number because a lot of the kids come down and give me the title. I can't find a book in the library. Well, y'all know how the library works. You need a call number. But that would be my suggestion. That way when Monday comes, they're prepared to drop everything and read and then log in on their minutes in Beanstack. How are you supposed to do it? What? Well, Dr. Collar said during extended learning time.
Every day.
I believe on Friday y'all have, what is that, SEL? So I would suggest Monday through Thursday, just using that time to read about 15 minutes, and then log 5 minutes in Beanstack.
Well, earlier you said this reading could be, if I have my students working on Irish language arts in the morning, that's reading. They gotta read those passages so they can still log that.
Right, it's just reading, it's reading and then logging in Beanstack. Yeah. But if you're using math and there's no reading, if you're doing math and there's no reading passages, then you can't log that.
That's what I was getting at.
Hmm?
So when they come to my class, could they log class period?
Oh, so we want everyone to do drop everything and read. But if you're doing additional reading in your core classes, you can log that. They can log that as well. So anything they're reading, because we're trying to build a reading culture.
Can they log it once a week or has to be every day?
I would suggest every day to get them into that habit. And well, I know there's a cell phone policy, but there is a mobile app too as well. So just making them familiar with that, so when they're at home, they're like, if they decide to read, oh, let me log those minutes as well. Does anybody have any other questions in regards to using Beanstack with Drop Everything and Read? So some of the incentives that we're going to do school-wide is we're going to recognize the homeroom classes monthly that have the most minutes, and they'll get a certificate as well as a small incentive each child. We'll also weekly say on the announcements who's on the leaderboard, and we're in the process of probably making a display to also show them during in the lunchroom as well. And I'm always open to other suggestions as well. Okay? If there's no questions, I'm done with the PO.
Thank you.
Mhm.